Hi, Paulina. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Finally, we got you.
Yeah, very good.
Good, good. How is life in London?
It's a bit strange because obviously we can't really leave houses. It's probably a bit similar all around the world, so it's a little bit strange and a little bit lonely, and we obviously all very worried. But
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, it's okay.
Okay, okay.
How is it in Turkey? I guess it's fairly similar.
Very much similar. Yes, we are at home. We're staying at home in order to stop the coronavirus to spread out the nation. And I hope we can recover all these virus things soon and life back to normal. So, Paulina, could you tell us about King's College, about the ranking and the location? What could you tell us about King's College, University of London?
So in terms of location, we are one of the best universities. We are in top 30 in the world. We're in top 10 in UK and in the top 3 in London. So together with UCL and the Imperial with the top 3 London University. We have 5 campuses. So depending on the program of studies, students are based in one of our campuses. 4 of them are based right in the central London alongside Thames River. One of the campuses is the Institute of Psychology, Psychiatry and Neuroscience, and this one is a little bit further away, about 20 minutes from the center. So we've got fantastic location for all of our campuses.
Okay. Sorry, sometimes I may talk in Turkish, sometimes I may talk in English. If I talk in Turkish, I'm talking with my attendance, followers. So
That's absolutely fine.
Arkadaşlar eğer Türkçe çevrilmesini istiyorsanız lütfen bildirin. Ona göre Türkçe çevirmeye çağırayım Paulina'nın söylediklerini. Tabii o zaman süremiz çok kısıtlı olduğu için, fazla süremiz olmadığı için ana konulara değinemeyeceğiz. Okay, Paulina, what about the entry requirement for Turkish student who wants to study King's College?
So for the undergraduate students, we don't accept the Turkish diploma for direct entry. So these students will have to go through foundation. I believe for the foundation, the entry requirements is 70% from the final year. I will have to double check, but I believe that's the entry requirement. And there is different pathways. So depending on the program of studies, students can choose one of the pathways for foundation. For students coming from international schools, we accept both American qualification as well as the IB diploma. For the IB diploma, it's 35 points, and depending on the program, it's anything from 655 or 766. So it's the sort of range that we are looking for. With APs, SATs, and SATs, that's a little bit more difficult because there are different combinations, but we accept all these as well for direct entry.
Okay. Meantime, I want to share my followers. Arkadaşlar eğer sorularınız varsa Türkçe veya İngilizce hiç fark etmez sorun. Ben Paulina'ya bu sorularınızı iletmeye çalışacağım. I ask them if they have any questions. They can write to me and I can ask you. Okay, for the let's say foundation program, you said MEB accepted. So do you look at the last 2 years or 4 years average do you take? Which one do you accept?
I believe it's last 3 years.
Last 3 years.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, could you tell us about scholarships, King's College scholarships for undergrad and postgrad?
For undergraduate students, we have some scholarships that are degree related. So we have a scholarship for global health and social medicine undergrad program as well as geography. We don't have that many more other scholarships at the moment. For foundation, we have 10 scholarships at £2,000 each. So that's open to all of our foundation students, and there are some degree related scholarship for the postgrad students as well.
Okay. For computer science, which APs do students need? Do you have any in your top of
I'm just going to quickly open a website and check. There's a range of programs they can have. But typically, they will need, depending on whether they do the subject, the SATs or APs, they will have a combination of either 3 APs or 3 SATs, and then the SAT test. And for the subject requirements, we will need either mathematics, further mathematics, computer science, or computing. So one of those 4.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And that could be met. If when it comes to APs, we only accept the BC, and when it comes to SAT, we only accept the Math 2 to meet our entry requirement.
Okay, very good. What about English tests? Because some universities, because of that coronavirus, they accept alternative tests rather than IELTS, because IELTS might be not operate very well. So they do accept Pearson tests, for instance, and TOEFL, or their own tests they do through internet. What about this? Is any new updates at King's College?
So we accept a range of different requirements, and this includes IELTS, but we also accept the Cambridge Advanced Certificates, and we also accept the TOEFL as well. So it's fine. It's either IELTS or TOEFL, or the Cambridge certificate will be absolutely fine.
Okay. We have one question. Would you accept SAT score 1,430 for computer science, or do you still need AP scores? This is one of our students is asking. So student has got 1,430 SAT.
Yeah, so you would need basically you can have the 3 APs or 3 SATs, and then the SAT, the subject reasoning as an addition.
So
that makes sense.
Student next to the SAT 1,430 needs 3 more AP subject or SAT subjects.
Yes.
Okay.
Or a combination, so they could have 2 APs and one SAT, or 2 SATs and 1 APs.
I see. Okay. Is there any updates for pre-sessions English for who has got acceptance September 2020, like online education, something like that?
If there is an update as to who got the place, you mean?
Yes. Who has got the conditional offer? Condition is English language. Who has got 0.5 less IELTS, for instance, who needs to attend the pre-sessional course. Do you have any online program for that?
There isn't that much update going on. I believe, obviously, the students that will go for the online version of pre-sessionals will be fine, but I don't think we might not be able to open for the students to come and do the face-to-face, but the students that have applied and got an offer, they will get an update from admissions. There's a lot of conversations going on at university, and I obviously do understand there's a lot of anxiety going on amongst students because they're waiting and they're kind of not sure what to do, but it's very new situation for all of us as well, and we're working very, very hard to kind of find the best solution for all of our students. So if I could just ask you to bear with us for a little bit longer, and the students that have applied and have the student portal open, they should get information from admissions team as soon as we basically made a decision as to what exactly are we going to do with the pre-sessional.
Okay,
so I'm really sorry I can't be too much helpful, but it's just a very new situation for us, and I think most of universities in UK are kind of talking in between them as well to find out what are we going to do for the upcoming year and the pre-sessional in the summer.
Yeah, I agree, totally agree with you. This is very much new outbreak, and nobody was prepared for that, and everybody trying to help each other as much as they can. Let's say again with that coronavirus, who is holding the offer for September 2020, if they can't come to UK, if the still travel is banned, is there any online education? Do you plan these things for?
So we haven't actually made a decision as to what is going to happen. I think what we're doing at the moment is kind of giving it a little bit of more time to see what's going to happen with the coronavirus. I think the hope is that the whole thing is going to pass and we could welcome students as normal. If not, then there are several options. The school year could be delayed to January, or we could do online learning for the first couple of months. So we haven't quite decided as university what we're going to do for the September entry. But obviously that's going to affect all of the students, and you know, we do depend on our international students. A third of our cohort is international, so the decision will have to be made. But I think we're just kind of waiting for a few more weeks to see what what's going to happen before we actually make a decision. It's a big decision for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. But everything is on the table, but waiting for the settling the situation.
Just looking for the best options for everyone. We do have a coronavirus website with a prospective students. I will send a link to you, and also if anybody wants to contact me directly, we've got a Unibuddy service, so you guys can find me on Unibuddy on King's website, and I could send you a link to the Corona, and I will send you, Ali, a link as well to share with your clients.
Okay. That will be
a link to the coronavirus website for the prospective students. So we're posting any information or any new decisions that we make. We post there very, very regularly.
Yeah, as I told all my students yesterday, I was interviewing with the one journalist. I told them in there, I said, follow, if you got any offers, conditional or unconditional, follow the university's webpage and check your email, because they do generally update their decision, and so you don't miss anything. That's good. Okay, one of followers asked which postgraduate program has got scholarship. They are asking, and what is the worth? How much?
I know the Institute of Psychology, Psychiatry, and Neuroscience is offering postgraduate scholarships. I know some of the nursing school is offering it as well, but again, those are updated fairly often, and I do think that we might offer more scholarships because of the coronavirus. So I would again recommend to check the website and kind of look through the programs that you are interested in, and see if there is any updates, because that's the two scholarships that I'm aware of, but they do change fairly regularly as well.
Okay. Let's back again King's College, because one of the big and reputable university in the UK and the world as well. What benefits students will get if they study with King's College?
Firstly, we're based in central London, so London is a very unique city. So if you think of USA, you've got like a technology in Silicon Valley, there is a fashion in New York, there is politics in Washington, in London. All of those industries are based in one place, which opens a lot of different opportunities that are very unique and not available anywhere else. Because we're based in central London, a lot of our professors also work for prestigious organizations, so we've got very close links with the industry. We get very prominent to our campuses, so we've got members of royal family visiting fairly regularly. We had Hillary Clinton visiting recently to talk, to give a talk, and also the industry experts often give guest lectures, and they feature as guest speakers at King's. Other than that, we've got links with different institutions. So, for example, I'm just going to have a look on a couple of more notes that I've made. So our students, sports and exercise medical students working with Royal Air Force and European Space Agency, developing conditioning program for pilots and astronauts. We also work with British Museum, Shakespeare Globe, Film Institutes, Tate Modern. So a lot of our degrees works with those institutions because they're based in London, and as a student you have an access to sort of behind the scenes. We have links with institute and professional bodies as well. So if you want to develop your career, if you want to get yourself or increase your chances of a good employment. We linked to professional bodies such as Royal Courts of Justice, the Royal Academy of Engineering, the London Centre of Nanotechnology. So because of our location, we've got an amazing links within the industry and within the professional bodies. And also London is a fantastic city to develop hobbies as well. So it's not just about obviously the studying is one thing, but London just offers those opportunities that not many other places will, and we right in the middle of action, and we've got very close connection with what's around us.
Excellent, excellent. So they have got a lot of opportunities while because if they study at King's College.
And another thing I wanted to mention as well in terms of careers, we've got endless career fairs at universities. So a lot of law firms and banks and other international organizations, publishing firms, the recruiters from those firms come to our campuses to speak with our students on the networking nights and career fairs. It's very easy for students to sort of start building their CV and find out what is it that the employers are looking for the future employees.
Okay, very good, excellent. Could you tell us about a little bit more accommodation? Is it first year guaranteed? I know all the answers, but for the followers, is it single room, ensuite room, about the fees? Could you give us a little bit details about accommodation?
Yes, so we have a guaranteed accommodation for all of our students as long as they confirm us as their firm offer by 31st of May. We have a number of accommodations. Our students, again, that's another cool thing about King's. Our students have two choices. They can stay in King's residences, which are for King's College students only, but they also have the London Halls residences, and this is shared between UCL, LSE, King's College, Queen's Mary. So if students study something like politics, that is also provided across other top universities in London, they've got a chance to stay in accommodation that is shared with these students. We guarantee the first year accommodation. We have an undergrad accommodation only and postgrad accommodation only, as well as mixed accommodation. Most of our accommodation are based south of the river, and they within, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes walk maximum from the campuses. In terms of rooms, it really depends. We've got some rooms that is basically not a room but a whole flat. Most of them you are looking at a single room with a bathroom, so an ensuite with a shared kitchen between few rooms. And the prices, I'm just going to have a look here because I had actually an updated information about it. We are looking anything between 150 to 410 pounds a week, and that depends obviously on the type of accommodation as well as the location.
Okay. As we know, King's is an internationally highly ranked university. To summarize, could you describe an ideal student?
We're looking for someone that is very passionate about what they wanted to study, because we are looking for this passion. Someone that is very hardworking and very independent. Studies in UK are very independent, so the contact hours with the teachers and with the school will decrease probably quite a lot from what high school students are used to. So we're looking for students that are self-motivated and that will find that within themselves to spend the time necessary they need in the library and studying by themselves or in self-organized groups to be able to be successful. So determined, hard-working, passionate, and independent.
Okay, excellent. Let's talk about, we are talking about all education, about the student union. You know, when student comes down, they're not going to study just, they need some extra activities, some life, you know. What about student union, you know?
Okay, so London has been voted as the #1 student city for the second year in a row in the QS competition, and that's because London is probably the best city in the world.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in London. So whether somebody comes in here with the passion or with the hobby they already want to develop, or whether they want to try something new, like literally London offers you opportunity to try anything you want. And we have a student union that has over 300 clubs and societies. So whether it's a language, whether it's a country that you're interested in, like the culture of the country, whether it's pottery, photography, Harry Potter, Doctor Who, whether it's cooking or eating, whatever it is that you love doing, you will be able to find a group of people to do it with and really enjoy your time in London. So there's just so much available, whether it's sports, whether it's music, literally you name it, and we probably have it. And if we don't, if a student wants to do something that we don't offer, he only needs 9 more people and they can start their own society.
Excellent, very good. So
London's, yeah, it's just such an amazing city. There are endless restaurants, there is so many music venues, there is so many sports venues, there are parks. It's just a third of London are green spaces. There's just so much to do that if for the whole 3 years of study, if students were out doing something every weekend, they still wouldn't be able to do everything.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for joining us, giving us all that information, which is very helpful. I hope we can talk later on again, maybe a couple of weeks later. We can talk other things with the followers. By the way, arkadaşlar, eğer üniversitenin giriş koşullarıyla, sorry, I'm talking in Turkish because there are several questions about entry requirements, so I have to inform that they can contact with us for entry requirement. Eğer giriş koşulları ile ilgili herhangi bir soru vesaire sormak istiyorsanız bize e-mail atabilirsiniz. Hangi konuda, computer science, medicine, ne olursa olsun bunları bize mail ile dönerseniz bunların hepsinin cevabını size tek tek veririz. Dolayısıyla burada Pauline'ye giriş koşullarını sorduğumuzda tek tek sisteme girip bakıp o da bize aynısını anlatmaya çalışacak. Onun için genel olarak King's College'de eğitim, orada okuduğunuzda neler elde edersiniz onları konuşmaya çalışıyoruz. Okay, thank you very much Paulina for attendance again. I hope to see you next time. Time to say goodbye.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming today, and I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.